CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage bank. We got Billy Slobin in the office and a whole staff. If you need that approval letter in hand, be sure to call Capital. Of course, we bring you 1 hour of the Hardcore Mortgage Show. And I'm Harvey Free. We got Alex Nafusi and Harry Glantz from Capital. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, guys. What's happening? So Billy said right at the top of the show, mention his name.
Got to just get him out there. He gave me a couple
articles. That's the last thing he said to me on the way out of the office last night about 7
Give me some calls at the office. Dan Dubinsky joined us from Skyward Realty, downtown Royal Oak. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
Would you believe it, Dan? It's already April 5th, 2014. All of your parades in Royal Oak, I think they're all done for a while.
Yeah, I think so. I just had the St. Patrick's Day one, and I was hoping, and I'm hoping the weather turns today. I think this is going to be the start of the selling season right now.
You're going to. Hey, that's why we wanted
that for weeks, though.
Well, I know, but that's why we wanted Double D on the show today, because as a realtor and a representative of what I call the Woodward Corridor, Royal Oak, and going up Woodward, you got to tell people what's going on with regard to the supply and demand, Econ 101, of what's going on there in the housing market.
Yeah, last time I was in here, there was a 5-month supply, which is considered low. Well, it's considered ample, but on the low end. And I'm hoping that the consumer confidence, and as we get into the warmer months, we're going to see more people putting their homes on the market, especially as we get closer to schools, closing. Because really, right now, there's not a lot of properties out there. If something comes on the market that is priced right, shows well, it's pretty much gone in a couple weeks.
So what's that turn time on it? Let's get to the facts right now. Come out of the gate swinging. Tell me, what's the turn time? Somebody puts their house on the market. It's a nice house. It's a quality product. People are putting offers. How many offers and what's, how fast are you getting it done?
It's all dependent on price. So what I tell my clients is I go in there and I say, listen, we could price it aggressively, meaning, a little bit higher, and we might have to wait a little bit of time. We could price it right where it should be, and if you price it right where it should be right now, it will sell. So there's really, it's a great time to be a seller out there. It really is. I think that we're going to see more and more people listing their homes once the weather warms up. There's not 5 feet of snow out there anymore. We're going to find more people that want the option to move up. And I think with the prices doing what they've done in the past year, we've just seen amazing increases.
Yeah, I don't like that they've been up. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say 12.2% from last year.
I really don't like that they've jumped. And listen, I'm a real estate guy, so I do it for a living. I mean, the prices have come back so quick that it's really I'm a low key guy. I hate when you see like that that 15-20% jump.
So you're a big believer right now that there's a bubble that's being created.
It really is, because of course, like in the mortgage industry as a whole, it can't get out of its own. I almost swore. It can't get out of its own way. Like, right. It really can't. I mean, some of my buddies that work for smaller firms and some of these brokers, they've got the state incomes coming back. You're talking, 580 programs out there with some overlays. And they're things... Unfortunately, there are things that people really shouldn't be able to get a mortgage, and all of a sudden their programs out there, they're starting to come back. And when you mix in these looser guidelines and values going up, it's the same thing that happened in 2007, 2008. And all people did was bitch through 2010 about how my house, I lost equity in my house, I'm losing my house, I'm underwater. Here we are 4 years later, and it's the same thing again, and people are still like,
it's like anything. It's like anything. See, the market dictates those kind of things. It's that's why we're in a free enterprise market, Alex, because the market makes the rules.
Well, I was told as a salesman when I first learned how to do this job, what is something worth is what something's willing to pay for it.
Right.
Unless obviously you're getting a mortgage. Now
I told you that.
Well,
that was the same fight you and I have had for years.
So in our world, it's what we're willing to lend on.
Wait, Harry, that was the thing. Dan and I, when the market started to tumble a little bit, and people buying a house for $200,000,
yeah, the appraisal situation. Right.
Dan was like, "It's simple economics, Nafusi. The house is worth what someone's willing to pay for it. It's supply and demand." That's correct. It is. Right. You can buy a house. If it's worth $200,000, you can buy it for $1 million. I'm only lending on what the house appraises for.
Let me tell you the difference between now and 2008. The difference is we would probably have another 25% more deals done if the appraisers weren't an issue. The appraisers are keeping things in check now, and as much as we complain about them, they are there for a reason. And if those appraisers weren't a problem,
sometimes
but that doesn't mean it's right. Okay, I've seen you can have, and we're not talking about always bring a house in a higher value. Okay, You could have houses that should come in lower, and an appraiser brings it in higher. And you have properties that should come in higher, and they bring it in lower. So it's very subjective. The issue is now is that all these appraisers, they have to be responsible for their work. And they say they don't want lenders or anybody, whether it's a realtor, an appraiser, a seller, a buyer, putting undue pressure, undue influence on that. And I'm not a believer in that.
I'm with you.
I believe that the market dictates it. And when you have sales, say a $200,000 house, and there are 2 or 3 $200,000 properties that have sold within a reasonable period of time, and there's a like property, that's a $200,000 house all day long. Don't bring it in at 180.
Well, here's the problem. I'm a buyer's agent, right? So my job is to tell these people what this house is worth. Nothing makes you look worse than a third party coming in and saying, you overpaid for this house. And that's what the appraiser's saying.
Haven't had any. We hadn't.
I think we've got quite a few. So here's what Well, yeah, I think we have. I know.
Recently?
I have to come up every time I do a deal now on the selling end. I pull up all the comps, and I make sure that I meet the appraiser out there. And I don't want to do his job.
Which is
I just
good,
want to say, sir, here's what I found. Do your job, but this is what I found.
Solid stuff right there. 248-539-9797. There's no doubt if you're a real estate agent, a listing agent, you want to meet the appraiser at the house. Why not? Bring the additional comms, show the additional amenities at the house. Many times an appraiser will go to the house. They're looking for more information. You don't know if that house has lake privileges. We get a lot of that, canal privileges, somewhere to drop a boat in the water. Pretty important stuff in Southeast Michigan. Again, we're going to take all your calls here this morning as we inch closer to the spring buying season of 2014. It's officially spring, but you still look around. There'll be a few piles of snow, and slowly going away. Of course, the recession over the last, we'll call it the last 6 years. It was tough. It took about 6 years, they say, to recover from it. Job creation, it seems slow, but there's some people out there. The numbers indicate that this past week that the jobs, we added 192,000 jobs over the last over the last quarter. So. Well, actually, those were the March numbers, actually. Not bad at all. 192,000. But still, the economy is very sluggish here, and we'll see what happens as we move forward. Let's go to some calls. We've got Pat calling in from Grosse Pointe Woods. Hey, good morning, Pat. You're live on the ticket.
Good morning. I got a weird situation. I have a home that's a rental house now. After I got married, I moved in with my wife, and so my single guy house is being rented. And so I'm looking to refi it to make a little more money. I'm just barely breaking even on the rent now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that house has 2 mortgages on it. It's got a first mortgage, let's say around 120, and a second mortgage around 30. And when that was done, they were apparently incorrectly recorded. So now the $30,000 mortgage is in first position, and the $120,000 mortgage is in second position.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to 2 different people about getting a HARP on that, and they say there's no way they'll do that. So do you guys know any way to force them to get in the correct position?
So your first lien is in second lien possession.
Yeah, the second beat the first to the county to record the documents.
I don't know how. Did you buy it as an 80-20, like a first and second?
Did you do it at the same time?
No, I didn't. I bought the house, probably in 2003 for $170,000, and then I went and got the second, like a PNC, like an equity line back when they were doing that.
Yeah, you might want to. You might want to consult a real estate attorney, and if the document says on your second mortgage that this is a second lien, it's a second, you might want to take a look at it. Pull out your first, pull out your documentation. I would show it to a real estate attorney.
Pat, this is actually one of those things where, people complain about paying title insurance. This is exactly what title insurance is for.
Right.
I would contact the company, the title company that closed your first lien, so whatever the larger the 2 is, and have them do an investigation for you. That's what you pay for that for. It's usually like, there's a closing fee and then probably $500-600 in title insurance. That's what you pay title insurance for.
Right, because there's no way that I would have known back then. And it wasn't my job to do, and it's messing me over, I don't know, probably $500 a month I could be pocketing out of that house.
I would contact that first title company that did, on the larger of the 2 loans, give them a call, pull together both HUD settlement statements and the title policy, and they'll take care of it for you. That's what you pay the insurance for.
Thanks a lot, guys.
You got it.
All right, good stuff. Definitely get that refinance done. Again, he mentioned you can get a HARP loan done. But again, if you have a second mortgage out there, even if you're underwater, you can refinance your loan. Again, find out how you can save money by calling Capital Mortgage at 1-800-LOW-RATE or join us here on the show at 248-539-9797.
Guys, that's not an uncommon situation. That happens.
I have one right now.
That
dude.
happens.
The same situation, man. The guy actually, this is one of the ones where one of the builders back in 2008, because everyone wanted to be a builder, never record anything. You were on the email. Never record anything. So the guy looks like the builder still owns the property.
All right, we're up against our first break here this morning. Come on back and join us. 248-539-9797.
24 Seconds Bar and Grill in Berkeley is the place to be for everything sports. Come to 24 Seconds for the semifinals and the finals of the basketball tournament. Labatt Blue and Blue Light bottles for just $2.50 during all Detroit baseball games. 24 Seconds in Berkeley. 24secondsbar.com.
What's it like to win cash for life from the Michigan Lottery? Well, we asked some past winners.
It's crazy. I played a $1 ticket and won $400 a week for life.
Wow. It's kind of like having a fairy godmother who grants you a wish every week.
Yeah, week after week after week.
Right. Yeah, I played the $2 game. Yeah. Boom, $800 a week for life. Great. That's sort of like having a whole lawn full of 4-leaf clovers, and then, once a week you get your pick of anything. Well, lucky you. There are 4 fun instant tickets, each loaded with lots of cash prizes and lots of ways to win.
Oh, I bought a $5 ticket and I won $2,000 a week for life. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Life is sweet, huh?
Oh, man.
With top prizes above the $4,000 a week for life, winning is like having the freedom to buy, to see, to do whatever you want in life.
I played the $10 game and won $4,000 a week for the rest of my life.
It's like you died and gone to heaven.
Who got the die part? You know what I'm saying?
I do. Over 20 players have already won top cash for life prizes, plus thousands of other cash winners all across the state. So find out what it's like to play and win cash for life, where you could turn an instant into a lifetime.
Whether you're going to need new tires now or sometime down the road, Bell Tire makes sure that you always get the lowest tire price, period. That's because we do the shopping for you. We search the competition every day to make sure we're getting you the lowest tire price, period. We'll even show you our competitors' prices right at the counter so you can see for yourself. Plus, we offer a tire installation package that includes services other places can't at any price, like free alignment checks, nitrogen inflation, lifetime tire rotation, and more. So why spin your wheels? For the lowest tire price, period, head to Bell Tire. It's not your usual tire shopping experience. It's Bell Tire. Better at every turn.
Bell Tire. With over 90 locations, we're in your neighborhood. For the Bell Tire near you, call 888-GO-BELL or log on to belltire.com. Hurry to Bell Tire today.
Jeff Moore here for Ashley's Restaurants. On a recent trip to Montreal, searching for more great beers, I fell in love with the local dish, poutine. Poutine is a simple dish of crispy fries topped with fresh cheddar cheese curds and a rich gravy. I like the dish so much I decided to bring it back to Michigan. Ashley's has sourced fresh Michigan cheese curds from Pinconning, up by Saginaw Bay, to make our poutine. Pair it with a nice Michigan-made pale ale at either Ashley's location, Ann Arbor or Westland. Also, get your tickets now for our 6th annual Cask Ale Festival to be held May 3rd in Westland. Last year, we sold out. For more information and buy tickets, visit ashleys.com.
Imagine a world where pocket protectors are considered cool.
Talk about your chick magnets.
Where women admire brains over brawn.
That's the most romantic thing anyone's ever said to me that I didn't understand.
Where the Big Bang Theory is on 5 nights a week.
Bazinga!
And that's pretty damn cool. The Big Bang Theory, 5 nights a week.
Watch weeknights at 7 and 10 on CW50.
With a Sam's Club membership, you get incredible savings every time you shop. And for a limited time, Sam's Club members get a savings book with more than $3,500 in extra savings. Start your spring cleaning and save on Bounty, Lysol, Windex, and more. Plus, get ready for outdoor entertaining with new arrivals like ceramic grills and seating sets. So come into Sam's Club to get your savings book worth more than $3,500. Join and save. Sam's Club. Because life is better when you're in the club. See Club for details.
Your neighborhood ace, where coming in for help is like going to your neighbor. A neighbor who knows you personally, greets you at the door, and makes sure you get help. A neighbor with the know-how and brands you can trust, including Craftsman, Scotts, Weber, and Valspar. So come on over to your neighborhood ace, the helpful place. If your computer's running slow, remember, speedcounts.com. Get a free computer diagnosis. In minutes, you can activate speedcounts.com software to remove computer viruses, junk files, and clutter that slow down your computer. Increase your computer speed today. Visit speedcounts.com.
If you can't say it loud and proud, at least say it loud.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the the show. We broadcast till 10 o'clock. It's a Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Also, you can find us at mortgage.show at lowrateonline.com. That's pretty easy. Mortgage.show at lowrateonline.com. We're going to share a lot of information with you. Here's some great information. How about a great down payment assistance program? It's being offered in Wayne County. For more details, be sure to call us here on the show or at Capital Mortgage Funding. Look me up.
I just broke the chair.
Yeah, Alex just fell
I'm
over there.
officially fat.
Harvey, is it all Wayne County or just certain sections of Wayne
Harry,
County?
the only 3 cities that are indicated that you can't use this little loan, it's not even a loan because actually it's forgivable after 5 years, is Detroit, Redford, and there's actually 3 cities, Detroit, Redford, and I'll come up with the other city later. But all other cities in Wayne County, I mean, this could be Grosse Pointe, you could be as far as the Trenton area, it could be anywhere in Wayne County other than Detroit, Redford, and there's one other city. It's okay, though. Lots of great programs out there. Contact us, and you'll find out all the different things that could be available to you. If you're,
Nothing. Go ahead. Treasury Secretary.
Hey, let's go to our call. We got Mark calling.
There's only been 3 in the whole world.
Tons of great information.
Fact check Harvey.
Where we
hey,
go?
guys,
we got Dryden. Let's go.
Check Harvey once
hey,
in
Mark
a while.
out in Dryden. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So, short backstory. Late 2008, early 2009, a friend of my wife's and I stole our identity, wiped us out, took everything we had, and when we caught him, he actually committed suicide.
That's a shame.
In 2009, we started the process of filing bankruptcy, and we bought a home on land contract. Well, we've got all our finances back in order now, and I'm wondering, what is the process for me to sell the house on land contract before I actually have a mortgage on it so I can get into the home that I actually want?
So you own the house on land contract now?
Yes.
And you want to sell it?
Yeah.
That's a regular old deal. You just need a purchase agreement and a buyer.
Yeah, why do you have a buyer that wants to buy it on a land contract, or you just feel that that's the best way you can sell the house?
No, I don't necessarily want to sell it on land contract, but I bought it on land contract, so I don't have a mortgage on it. Can I go through a traditional realtor and sell it?
Absolutely, for sure.
Yep. It's a regular old deal, man.
It's a regular old deal. Fantastic.
Who's holding the title right now?
The previous owner of the house.
So here's what's people tend to overcomplicate land contracts. A land contract, I mean, if I buy Harvey's house on land contract, it's still my house.
I'm like the bank.
Yeah, but all it does is make Harvey the bank.
Okay.
That's all that is. A land contract is a regular old transaction. There's nothing funky about that at all.
Some land contracts, they give you a clause where you can't sell within a certain period of time. That apparently wasn't in there.
That's the catch, is actually right. And the thing is, Mark, of course, the actual land contract holder, he might have a mortgage on the property, whether you know that or not. I'm not sure.
And how do I find that out?
What you would have asked me before. And it would have been probably a great question to bring up before you sign the land contract.
You know, in the discussions with it, he owned understanding, and I'm hoping on honesty, he did own it free and clear.
Okay.
And then you want to buy a house after that?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is I want to give you a call and run your credit and just make sure that all the identity theft has been cleared up. Give me a head start and everything. If there's something we need to take care of for you, we can handle it. And just put you, just set you up to be successful and put you on the right track.
Okay, now my next question that goes with it. Since we had to file bankruptcy in 2009, it was finalized in 2012 because of all of the identity theft and everything that we kept finding. How long do I have to wait before I purchase a home through a traditional mortgage?
It's 3 years, but why did you file bankruptcy from your identity theft? You're protected from that. You shouldn't have had to file bankruptcy because of that.
Well, we were business partners. We had and we were living Colorado, New Mexico, and in Michigan at the time. We were in 3 different states, so things kept popping up that. For example, with one of our LLCs, he didn't pay our federal taxes for $207,000.
Right.
Well,
a bankruptcy wouldn't wipe. You still owe that debt for that.
Right. That's what we were paying off. That's what the bankruptcy is. We didn't have the money to do all of the different things to try to salvage the companies at the time.
Mark, let me give you a call after the show. I'll run your credit and see what we can do for you.
All right, that'd be fantastic.
Cool. Thanks, dude.
Great call, actually. Thanks, Mark. 248-539-9797. A lot of buyers out there, pre-approved buyers out there, strolling around the neighborhoods. They're looking to make some offers. Some of them are discouraged, Dan. There's no doubt the inventory's down. Let's see what happens here over the next 30 to 45 days. We've heard that many families now, they've got equity. Now they can sell the house. They can afford to sell the house. They're not underwater. So, again, this could be your opportunity to step up, become a step-up buyer. Call us here for all the details. 248-539-9797. Want to go out to Bob out there in Dearborn. Hey, good morning, Bob. You're live on the ticket.
Good morning.
What's up?
Morning, Bob.
I'm ready to purchase a house in Arizona at this present time. I've already been pre-qualified for $75,000. Of course, I'm not going to buy that high. Probably not going to go much more than $59,000. I have a house here in Dearborn, in East Dearborn. It's a row house, like a brownstone.
Right.
And I think I'm about $5,000 to $12,000 buried in it. Can you tell me my ability and the rules surrounding a short sale? I'm single, retired.
You know, for $5,000 or $12,000, I really think you might want to reconsider doing a short sale on it. You're not talking a lot of money there to hurt your credit for the next 3 years. If you don't have the ability to bring money to the table, you may want to consider renting it out.
Yeah, Bob, if you do a short sale, you're not going to be mortgageable. So
there's no buying a house in Arizona.
Well, there is. I've already been down to the bank. I've been pre-qualified, and my suggestion was to buy there first, come back, and then put my house up for sale
and short
get
sell.
Rid of this
yeah,
house.
totally. You should totally commit fraud, man. I'd definitely do that. It's a great idea.
Bob, sarcastically, of course, Alex is being here a little bit, but yeah, there's no doubt that you want to speak to more professionals in here. Again, you don't want to necessarily perpetrate a fraud or do anything like that.
What if the house in Dearborn was worth $150,000, and you owe? What if the house in Dearborn was worth $150,000, and you owe $75 on it right now?
Okay.
Would you split it with the bank? Would you give them half of what you made?
No.
Okay. Why should they share your loss then? After you go buy a new house in Arizona.
Okay, so you don't think I could do this? You don't think I can pull this off?
I think you need better advice. Somebody's got to give you better advice.
It's a free country. You can do whatever you want to.
Yeah, we certainly don't recommend doing that one.
Ask your neighbor if you should do that.
Hey,
yeah,
Bob,
no way.
we're going to follow up after the show and give you a whole bunch of things to consider. One of the things to consider as a professional real estate agent, you might come to your house and say, look, there's a shortage of homes over there, and you may be surprised that you're not $10,000 or $12,000 off on the transaction and get a cash buyer over there, actually.
All the time. They don't realize that the markets went up and there's a lack of supply, and we can leverage that. And you're talking about $5,000 to $12,000 where you think you're short. You know, obviously you have costs associated with selling, transfer tax, commissions, but you might be better off than you think. I think your first step is talking to a realtor that's a professional in your area and getting an idea where that home is.
Better advice, and thanks for the call, Bob. We're going to let you go because I don't want Alex is going to beat you up a little bit more.
I just don't understand, why society as a whole.
Well, Alex, when somebody says it out loud, when you hear somebody say it out loud, listen, I'm going to move out of state. I'm going to get all my ducks in a row there. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to leave a mess where I used to live.
You're completely screwing Metro Detroit and moving to Arizona. So the people, listen, man, here.
Boy, you better find out what the ramifications of doing a short sale are.
But dude, what you're doing is you're bringing down the local economy and the values of houses around you. Listen, man, Stacey and I couldn't refinance forever. To me, it does. If I can save $200 a month, it doesn't change my life one bit. I couldn't care less.
But you'll take it.
But I'll take it. But hold on, dude. There are families out there. I have a client right now. The dude's got 4 kids, 2 in college, $200 a month to a lot of people in Metro Detroit, especially back in 2008, 9, 10. $200 a month makes or breaks a lot of people.
Does it feed your family?
And that $12,000 swing he's going to make that bank take a hit on. That brings down the house values around them, and it's going to prevent somebody from saving money, dude.
Without a doubt. And then they don't think about the neighbors. So when we go in there and the neighbors say, well, there's a short sale here, there's a foreclosure there, but you don't count those. We do count those. People have this think that, those don't count.
Well, there's this fallacy in the appraisal world that, that's a short sale, so that doesn't count. No, guess what?
Oh, it does.
That house is bringing down the value of your property.
An indication of what the neighbors are doing around your neighborhood. 248-539-9797. Great ways to purchase a house. Again, 5% down conventional. Lots of different options with mortgage insurance. If you want to be an FHA buyer out there, learn all the details by calling us here on the show. 248-539-9797. Of course, rural development loans that are awesome, and you can get these loans done in 30 days or less if you're organized. So many great opportunities out there for families. And let's go out to Canton. We got Jim out there in Canton. Good morning, Jim. You're live on the ticket.
Jim, what's
hey,
up?
Guys, good morning. How are you?
Morning, sir.
Jim.
Hey, a great show.
Thank you.
Reason I'm calling, bought a house in Canton, 2010. It was a foreclosure, okay? The house it sold originally for about $380 back in like a 2004 time frame, okay? So we just refinanced about a year and a half ago, and there are houses in my neighborhood going for about $330, all right? We owe about $225 right now on our house.
Okay.
And what I wanted to understand is, is it advantageous, and what is the process to try to get this now reappraised to get rid of PMI so I can save, whatever it is, $70
Jim,
a month?
it's a regular old deal, sir. What do you pay? What's your rate right now on the mortgage?
I think we're at 3.75, something like that. 3.75.
On a 30-year fixed?
20.
20. Oh, here's the cool thing. Capital's got, we have a loan. It's called a term loan. We can actually, you can pick your term. So if you're 3 years into a 20-year term right now, we can re-amortize it on a 17-year, drop the PMI, do an appraisal for you, which keeps you on track to pay the house off. It's a very simple transaction. Absolutely, dude.
Anyone who bought a home in 2010 through 2012 or early 2013, you have equity in your home, no doubt.
Probably have a lot more equity.
And you should be contacting a realtor just to get a basic idea. Do you have the enough to get rid of the PMI?
Well, and Jim, who's been in this property, right?
Right.
He's going to save money by going on a term loan, and he's going to drop the MI.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's my favorite thing. He's not reeing up the AM schedule. Right? He's not adding on years. He's going to be at the same years, or he gets into a 15. Could end up with the same payment because he's dropping the PMI.
Jim, let me do this. When they call after the show, we'll run some numbers for you and see what we can do. But it's a very simple deal, man. Nothing to worry about.
Okay.
Thanks for the call.
Cool. Thank
Great
you,
stuff. 248-539-9797. We're up against a short break here. We'll be right back with tons of information.
Competing for the best jobs in today's economy takes practical skills and a degree. So if you want to take control of your career, Oakland University is ready when you are. And with 3 convenient locations in Macomb County, 2 in Clinton Township and 1 in Mount Clemens, getting your Oakland University degree has never been more convenient. Oakland offers an extensive variety of master's and bachelor's degree programs, as well as certificates and endorsements at our 3 Macomb County locations in the hottest and highest paying career fields like communication, social work, human resources development, criminal justice, marketing, nursing, and more. Whether you want to enhance your current position, find a new one, or change fields entirely, your OU degree can lead to career advancement and financial security and prepare you for what lies ahead. Put your potential into motion. Learn more today at oakland.edu/Macomb. That's oakland.edu/Macomb. Oakland University in Macomb County, close to where you live and work.
Weingarts, everything from lawn to snow.
Absence makes the grass grow longer and the need to mow stronger. Jack here, neighborhood yard master. Honorary title, but I've been to Weingarts enough to know they have the selection and experience to handle any job. Is it time to upgrade your mower? Stop by Weingarts during the season opener sale for specials on all John Deere lawn tractors. You know you're getting quality when you invest in a John Deere. These mowers offer the perfect combination of power, performance, versatility, and comfort.
At Weingarts.
From the size of your lawn to the size of your wallet, at Weingarts, you get the right equipment for your job. Check out the season opener sale through April 12th and see the complete John Deere lineup in Utica and Farmington Hills. Or visit them at Weingarts.com. Better selection, better savings, honest answers.
Weingarts, everything from lawn to snow.
Hey, guess what just rolled into Hungry Howie's? Only the latest and greatest flavor sensation. Introducing the Howie Roll. Imagine pepperoni and cheese flavor rolled into a handheld pocket of perfection. Is your mouth watering yet? The Howie Roll is portable, overflowing with goodness, and is part of the next great lunch combo, since it comes with a 20-ounce Pepsi for just $5. You hear that? I'll say it again. Just $5. I'm excited. Here's what else. The Howie Roll is ready to go noon to 3 every day. Walk in, grab one, walk out, and get munching. Of course, you can get a Howie Roll anytime. Or get a $5, $10, $15, or $20 meal deal for any size budget. The inventors of flavored crust are on a roll. See what I did there? I'm clever. Fill up and flavor up with the new Howie Roll anytime. Now that's an idea.
Hungry? Howie's! There are a million stupid ways to break your smartphone or tablet, but there's only one smart way to fix it. The Pod Drop. If it's cracked or broken, the Pod Drop is Metro Detroit's trustworthy place to fix it right. Find one of the 10 Michigan locations close to you at thepoddrop.com.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Meyer. Red Wings now in 6 in the East, ahead of Philadelphia by a point after a 3-2 win last night over Buffalo. They hung on after taking a 3-0 lead. Daniel Alfredson led the way with a goal and an assist. Wings in Montreal tonight, 7 p.m. on CBS Sports Radio 1270. Tigers 10-4 over the Orioles. They're now 3-0 in the young season. Miguel Cabrera, home run for his hit number 2,000. Davis and Hunter also go deep. Rick Porcello today from Comerica Park, 1 p.m. right here on The Ticket. Pistons fall to the Brooklyn Nets, 116-104. They trail by 22. They host the Celtics tonight. That is at the Palace, 7 p.m. right here in The Ticket. CBS 62 is a Final Four tonight. UConn against Florida in Game 1 just after 6, followed by Kentucky and Wisconsin. From the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1theticket.com.
We don't back down because you don't back down.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back. We broadcast till 10 o'clock. The Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Billy Slobin and my fine staff's over there. Actually, Harry's fine staff.
Mine.
They're just fine people.
They're ours. There's no I or
That's
1-800. It's a we, baby.
1-800-569-7283. Here's the deal. Call now. Get an approval letter quickly in your hands. There's not a lot of houses on the marketplace. We got Dan Dubinsky here from Skyward Realty telling us the same thing that we know. We are excited about home buying season. We've been just waiting for the snow to melt and for that sun that's popping through right now to come out, Dan.
That's exactly what I was hoping for this weekend. I've told we've got multiple open houses going on tomorrow. We just put a beautiful home in downtown Royal Oak at 223 North Washington. We're going to have it open from 1 to 4 tomorrow.
Oh, that thing's going to be gone.
Walking distance, completely redone. Unbelievable home, yeah. So if you can, come on by.
Yeah, come and join us here on the show, 248-539-9797. We'll get you set up.
Cookies at that open house, bro?
Bagels, cookies,
I
something
love
like
it.
that.
Yeah, well,
We're going to have a stack of offers.
I'll take whatever you got there, my man.
How about a stack of offers, Dan? Would that sound like something
he's going to get those?
That'll work, yep.
Let's go out to wants to add on to the home. Let's go to Ron in West Bloomfield. Good morning, Ron. You're live on The Ticket.
Hi, how's it going? Yeah.
Morning, sir.
I got a quote from a builder, and, because we're going to do an add-on, and I was just wondering the best way. Should I do like a home equity line to have it done, or should I have it all built into one full mortgage and refinance or whatever?
Well, it depends. What's your rate on the current mortgage now?
4.3.
And what's
we financed in like 2000.
And what's that balance currently?
It's 75,000.
And what's the house worth?
Well, we get different answers because we went to a couple banks, and one says 140, one says 110.
And what's the amount you're looking to take out for the addition?
We need about 30,000.
I can probably keep the rate right around where you're at right now and redo it on a fixed product. I mean, the problem with the home equity lines is they're based on prime. And obviously rates right now are very low, and that rate long-term is going to go up. So if I can take out the money and put you back on a fixed product right around with the same rate you're at right now, that's going to be a better way to go.
Okay.
Ron, it's a regular old deal. I mean, we'll do an appraisal. We can get you the cash out. And, unfortunately, like my job now is fairly boring, which is a good thing. So, and we can do an appraisal, and it's a boring deal, dude.
Yeah, if it's worth 140, it's got you could do a 80% loan to value on there, so you can pull out just 80% of the appraised value. Put that money in your pocket. Use that to finance your project with your builder or whatever your home improvement is. And again, whatever money's not used, you can use to pay off other debts in the future. So maybe that'll work out for you. Just having one loan versus two could work out a little bit better. Thanks for the call. 248-539-9797. We'll be following up with anyone who calls on the show, obviously.
I really like seeing that, like, local. I just remember, like, you know, like, before, like, it was just, like, so, like, gloomy, like, you know, like, 9, 10, 11, and I really like the construction people are sitting on their houses. They're, you know, they're putting on the sunroom. They're doing the dormer. I really dig that, man.
New construction's back. If you go by Lowe's or Home Depot, they're crowded. People are getting, you know, they're getting ready, so when the weather breaks, they're doing their home improvement projects. People are staying in their homes for a long period of time now.
It's the way it should be, like the olden days, man. Which I think it's cool, dude. I mean, that's
actually a great segue here. A lot of families they're walking around these houses, and these houses, some of the bad ones that don't get picked up right away. If you're looking at a house that's in the market now, and it's been there for over 60 days, it's got something deficient about it.
It's overpriced. Even if it's deficient, you price it right, it's going to sell, right?
You get it sold. But we got the 203K loan, which you can go in there and you could finance your repairs on a house. So again, a lot of families aren't aware of this, that there are loans out there available where you can get some cash in, and not in your hand necessarily. It goes right to the contractors.
Well, people are pretty smart. I mean, they're past the cosmetic stuff, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if the walls are painted the green or orange, but basically those colors have come back. Right. You know, the 70s shag carpeting with the orange and green shag. You know, it's coming back, shag, by the way.
Bro, it's called California Berber.
Back, baby.
That's what they call shag now. It's called California Berber. You know how I know? It's in my house.
I didn't like it in the 70s. I don't like it now, but it's back.
Oh, it's so cool, dude.
Yeah, it's cool.
Hey, I got something in my basement in the office.
I have it upstairs.
Dude, like, people are smart. All right, so they're looking past whatever they don't like in the house. They realize that for a minor amount of work and attention, that they can make this into something. So structurally, all you're looking for is structural soundness.
Structural soundness. You like the floor plan and you love the location.
Right.
Those are things you're not going to change, right? Don't go. People always fall off and they start looking. They don't find something right away. They get antsy. Then they go out somewhere else and they say, wow, look at this house I can get in this community. Well, hey, let's look at a couple others too, because you've been looking in a different community. You got to compare apples to apples.
It's funny, partner. I'm sorry.
I just said people always end up coming back to what they originally wanted.
Well, you said location, and obviously that's like, you know, the realtors, the real estate thing forever is, you know, it's always location. There's this article on CNN, you know, priced out, I can't afford a home in my own town. And you read the article?
I did, sure.
This kid, so he's 29. He's looking to spend $250. He says he makes $90,000 a year. He's a pilot for a small corporate jet company. And he's like, I'm looking for a high-rise condo with Atlantic Ocean exposure. Dude, you're not priced out of the market. Like here, for example,
you're just looking in the wrong neighborhood. That's it.
I love the new construction houses in Royal Oak, the open floor plan, the stainless steel appliances. I absolutely love them. I just want it next to the Townsend Hotel in Birmingham. Right. It doesn't mean that I'm priced out of the market. It means I don't have $2 million to build a house there.
You know, the mentality for buyers, I don't care if you're buying $1 million home or a $50,000 home, is they have something in their mind, and usually they have to give something up. So you put your must-haves and your you know, what could come down the line.
The wish list.
Yeah, exactly. And so what you live with right now, you buy, and then down the line as the money comes in, you make those improvements.
We're having a lot of fun here this morning. If you'd like to join the show, 248-539-9797. One other thing I want to bring up, home buyer discussion. We're putting together a really cool one at the end of this month, April 26th. At the Bloomfield Township Library, a couple guys from the office. It's free coffee, it's free credit reports, and it's free approvals, real approval letters in your hand. You can sit with real licensed mortgage professionals and real estate agents. We're going to have everyone there at the library. Just a real nice, easygoing discussion. Home should be not only fun to buy, there should be a lot of understanding. You should be confident as you move forward with it. And again, it makes it easier. The more confidence you have, it makes it easier for everybody involved in the transaction.
Well, that's why you hire a professional. And really, your job as a home buyer is to communicate with your agent what you're looking for, what you want. Your agent should do all the rest. And, you know, he's going to give you details of what homes are worth, comparables, and so forth. But everything else, it should be a fun process for you.
Yeah, we had a call earlier. The guy had a lot of moving parts in his transaction. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be up to us to go ahead and put all those parts together to make it come out to where he can be successful. Every transaction is not a simple, easy transaction. So therefore, you need to sit down with somebody, and before you go into a transaction, you need to nail it down.
Without a doubt. And that's how you need good communication with the lender. What kind of loan we're going to make? Is there going to be concessions and so forth?
Well, and that's the thing. Like, let me worry about it for you. I don't want the last thing I ever want a client to do is call me or email me, you know, at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday night worrying about something. Let me deal with my stress. That's what I'm paid to do. You worry about picking out the colors of your walls and the flooring. I'll worry about all the BS. You just worry about picking out stuff for your house.
And I think the same thing with realtors. The being involved in the middle is I'd say about 50% of my transactions, if there was not a realtor involved, they probably wouldn't happen because emotion gets involved, and you diffuse that, and then you go back to the other one and tell them the facts.
I wouldn't know about that.
Yeah, you're not emotional.
We've got. Let's go to a few calls, gentlemen. We've got Mike out there in Van Buren Township. Good morning, Mike. Thanks for joining us. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me. Okay, so about 13 years ago, I bought a new construction home in Van Buren Township and was fortunate enough to have a 20% or greater down payment and took out a first mortgage without PMI. A couple of years later, as I saw the houses around me, like mine, selling for substantially more, I sucked some equity out of it to pay off some bills, buy some things for the home, and probably took out a little more equity than I should have at the time, thinking my home would continue to rise in value like everybody else did. And so now I've got this wonderful first mortgage on a 5-year arm, and I've enjoyed the ride with a 2.75% interest rate on that. And I've got a HELOC with a 10-year balloon coming due a year from July. I haven't bought down the interest much on the HELOC. The two loans combined probably are about 30 to 40 grand more than what my home's real value is in today's market. And I know that I've got a balloon facing me a year from July. I'm just wondering if my house doesn't appraise, what are my options at that point? I don't want to lose the house.
Mike, it's kind of a good news, bad news thing. The good news is that you took out the equity. You're at a ridiculously low rate. You're enjoying the money because you did some stuff to the house. You paid some bills off, so you're enjoying that. Here's the thing. That balloon coming due, that bank is never in a million years going to call that due. They'll re-amortize it for you. They'll do something. Your first move right now should contact that bank and say, "Hey, man, my house is not worth what I owe on it. I don't have 50 grand to pay this note. What are you going to do for me?" And the thing is, that's in second lien position, so they can't foreclose on the property unless you stop paying on the first mortgage. So they can't foreclose on the house.
Maybe in 2 years they'll have enough equity to add the two loans together. Right now, it sounds like you're a little bit ways away from that.
Yeah, I definitely am a little ways away, and I know that the first mortgage holder is first lien position, and the second mortgage holder would not get all of their money back. But
right. I would open up the dialogue. Open up the dialogue with them.
Okay.
Start the discussion process, and let them know. You sound like a pretty straight up guy. You got all your facts and figures together. I would open up the dialogue with that second lien holder and see what they can do.
Okay.
And Mike, go ahead, man.
I was going to say probably the sooner I start that, the better.
Absolutely. I have a good buddy that's an attorney, and he does a lot of note modifications, note renegotiations. I'll call for the show and put you in touch with him. And, I mean, he can take care of it if they don't want to work with you.
I appreciate that. And one more thing, if I may. I have a friend, a realtor, and she said there are a lot of people in a similar situation to me who did take out these home equity lines of credit when the house values were on the rise, and now the two loans combined are much greater than the value. And they're actually looking at some form of relief package to address that second HELOC, particularly for people in my situation. Have you heard of any of those rumors?
No. There's always rumors out there, but nothing solidified.
Okay.
Yeah,
I appreciate your time.
I wouldn't rely on that.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike. All right, thanks for the call, Mike. Hey, we're up against another break, but we'll be right back. 248-539-9797. Keep it here.
Absence makes the grass grow longer and the need to mow stronger. Jack here, neighborhood yard master. Honorary title, but I've been to Weingarts enough to know they have the selection and experience to handle any job. Ready for the future of lawn care? Stop by Weingarts during their season opener sale for specials on the full Cub Cadet line. They've got walk-behind mowers that guarantee the Cub Cadet signature cut and riding mowers that redefine maneuverability. For professional results and flawless performance, try out a Cub Cadet today.
At Weingarts.
From the size of your lawn to the size of your wallet, at Weingarts, you get the right equipment for your job. Check out the season opener sale through April 12th in Utica, Farmington Hills, Cedar Springs, Clarkston, and Ann Arbor. Or visit them at Weingarts.com. Better selection, better savings, honest answers.
Weingarts. Everything from lawn to snow.
Regular oil changes will help reduce sludge and keep your vehicle running at peak performance. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, maximize your vehicle's performance with a great deal on a 5-quart jug of Haviland conventional motor oil for $15.95. Haviland protects your engine from deposits that attack it, robbing it of performance and fuel efficiency. It offers excellent anti-wear protection and protects against oxidation, corrosion, and thermal breakdown. And best of all, Haviland protects against the sludge formation that keeps your engine from running at its best. Why wait? For a limited time, pick up a 5-quart jug of Haviland conventional motor oil for $15.95 at O'Reilly Auto Parts. But hurry in today because this great deal won't last long. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
If I could redo any room, it would be the master bathroom.
Oh, outdoor kitchen, absolutely.
Yeah, I want to walk in and feel like I'm in a spa.
Like I'm at a beach party.
Heated floor tiles, a gentle rain shower heads.
Loud sound system around the pool.
If you can imagine it, now's the time to create it.
It would be my retreat.
My retreat.
For a limited time, you can take advantage of a Comerica Bank Home Equity Flex Line with an introductory rate of just 2.99% APR for the first 9 months. A later variable rate is effective after the introductory time period. With rates this low, there's never been a better time to reimagine your home. To learn more about credit costs and terms, call Comerica Bank at 800-535-2760. Introductory APR of 2.99% is for home equity line of credit accounts only and applies to balances for the first 9 monthly statement cycles after the account open date. Variable rate in effect after the introductory time period. Loans are subject to credit approval. Comerica Bank, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender, equal housing lender.
So you cleaned out your car and went through your pockets and found $10 you didn't know you had.
Oh, yeah.
Why not use it to save a life?
Oh, yeah.
You're just going to blow it anyway. Text SCREEN to 50555 and donate $10 to 97 The Ticket's Student Heart Check program. That $10 will pay for one young person to have a Beaumont cardiac screening to make sure their heart is healthy enough for sports. Text SCREEN to 50555 and help save a life. Charge will appear on your wireless bill or be deducted from your prepaid balance. Charge must be authorized by account holder. Message and data rates apply.
Progressive presents Flo's newest jam. Bundling will make you feel like the mayor of Savingsville.
Bundle your home and auto together, and you'll feel like the mayor of Savingsville. Yes, you will. A town famous for the world's biggest puppy.
Bundle your home and auto together and save. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Home insurance underwritten by Homesite Group, Boston, Mass. and other non-affiliated companies. Available in most states.
Tomorrow is Detroit Tigers Kids Opening Day. And 97.1 The Ticket's Doug Karsh and Pat Caputo will broadcast from Gate A at Comerica Park starting at 10 a.m. And there'll be all sorts of activities for kids prior to the game. Plus, all kids 14 and under will receive a Miguel Cabrera back-to-back MVP poster, courtesy of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. After the game, kids run the bases. Kids Opening Day is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan and Blue Care Network. For your tickets to any Tigers home game, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
Follow The Ticket on Facebook and Twitter at 971theticket.com.
Welcome back to the show. We're in our last segment here on the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding, a 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. You can always send us an email to mortgage.show at lowrateonline.com.
How about going to the Facebook page, Harry? What's that Facebook page we got?
Facebook Capital Mortgage Funding. You'll find
the Hardcore
Mortgage Show definitely has its own Facebook. Go ahead and like us.
Just Google Hardcore and see what happens.
You'll come up. You'll come up.
Do that.
We've got a lot of calls.
Make sure you put mortgage after Hardcore.
If we don't get to your calls, be sure that we will call you back after the show and follow up with you. We love to help everyone. The information's free, and I know we can save tons of money for all our clients that are calling in here. Let's try Abraham out there in Dearborn Heights. Good morning. Thanks for staying on the line. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Back in 2011, I bought my house under my grandfather's name because I didn't have enough credit at the time. I was only 20 years old when I bought it. And just this past year, a couple months ago, actually, I got my the house quit-claimed into my name. And actually quit-claimed both into mine and my grandfather's name because his name is still on the mortgage.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And what I want to do is I want to try to get his name off the mortgage. I was told I'd have to refinance the house and do that. I've been in the process of doing it for since December, since January.
Okay.
I've been in the process of doing this and still nothing yet.
What do you mean in the process? It shouldn't. It's been three or 4 months. What are they telling you?
They're just trying to get information and stuff. This was the bank. Recently, I stopped going with the bank because the guy that was there was just incompetent.
Okay.
And went with a different mortgage company, and they said that I would have to wait 6 months.
How long have you been on title? Abraham, how long have you been on title with your grandfather?
I've been on the title since about January. Yeah, early January.
Oh, so you were just quitclaimed onto the property.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an issue, man. I mean, so we can't. There's called continuity of obligations. So I mean, you have to be on title for a certain period of time before we can refinance and take him off.
I'm not sure we have a restriction on that, though, do we?
It's Abraham, honestly, man, listen, when I don't know an answer, I'm going to tell you, like, I got to look at the guidelines on it. There's definitely a lot of moving parts to this transaction. Let me check it out for you. I mean, you're not taking cash out, are you?
No. I mean, I just wanted to, I guess, get his name off of it.
So you just want to refinance the principal balance, take your grandfather off, and put you on, correct?
Yeah, the principal, I guess I owe only $44 on it currently.
Okay. I mean,
and if we could get a little bit extra out of it,
you're not going to get a little bit extra. I can tell you 100% you're not going to get anything extra on that if you were just quitclaimed on title.
Right.
Like I said, there's a lot of moving parts. I don't know, honestly, bro. I don't know all the answers to your question right now. Let me check it out. I'll call you after the show, and we'll figure it out for you, though.
Thanks for the call. Definitely something you can do there, and I'm glad you're getting that done.
I know you can't take cash out on that one. If you were just
maybe after 6 months, you might be able to.
Yeah.
Okay, there might be a time frame on that.
Well, there's a seasoning period on that, so we'll check that out for you. I'm pretty sure of it.
Well, yeah, there is.
I got Greg on the line from Royal Oak. This could be an interesting call. Greg, good morning. Welcome to the show.
How are you guys doing this morning?
Good, man.
Good morning.
Good. I was calling on behalf of my business partner. He's in a kind of a bad situation, and he's a shy person. He'd sit there and rot before he makes a phone call. So I wanted to lob a call, see if I can't drum up any good information for him. He bought a house in Hazel Park 8-10 years ago for about $130 to $140. He still owes probably around $125. The neighbor's house is a superior house, just sold for like $79,000. So he's way underwater on his property. And I just didn't know. I don't know if it's the best for him to try to do a short sale and get out. I don't see why someone would pay on a house that's $50,000 underwater if he's not going to be there the rest of his life. I just want to know what kind of advice you guys might have, or if there are programs out there for somebody like him.
There's definitely programs out there. I mean, the HARP loans you can refinance no matter how far underwater you are. There's no loan to value requirement there. So, I mean,
and what does that actually do for him? Does that just lower his interest rate?
Correct. Correct. It lowers his rate.
Principal stays the same.
So there are no programs where, because you're $50,000 underwater, where they lop off a chunk of what you're underwater on.
Absolutely not. And Greg, here's the thing, man. Like, if the market starts kicking ass and it's worth $200,000, he's not going to split that with the bank. He's not going to share his profit with the bank. They're not going to share in his loss.
Yeah, the relief comes in the monthly payment with the lower rate.
So what your best advice would be to have him try to do a HARP loan?
Yeah, I mean, I'll call you after the show, and we'll get his information, and I'll see what I can do for him. But, I mean, even if we can save him a couple $100 a month, I mean, he's Hazel Park's a good area. He's, enjoy the house. You got to have a place to live. I mean,
yeah, no, it's a nice house. It's fixed up nice. Am I speaking to Alex, by the way?
Yeah.
Alex, is your father Paul by any chance?
Yes. Oh boy,
hey, let's not bring everyone into this mix here. We're gonna let you go on that, Greg. This leads to something different.
How do you know my dad?
My guy. Hey, you guys want to take this off the air?
Your dad and my dad are friends. I was probably at your house. Our son when I was a little kid.
Thanks for the call, Greg. We'll follow up after the show. 248-539-9797.
He's unbelievable.
Are you signing glossies outside in the lobby or anything?
That's not even me. That's like my dad. Like I didn't. That's interesting.
Mr. Popular, Paul. 248-539-9797. We're going to go some more calls.
In Indianapolis last weekend.
Oh, boy. The legend continues.
It
Ken
was like
out
being
there.
down there with Deion Sanders.
Ken in Harrison Township on line 2. Good morning, Ken. Thanks for hanging in there. Go ahead, sir.
Morning, guys.
What's up, man?
Morning.
Wife bought a house in 2005. Got married in 2007. Family started to grow, outgrew the house. So I bought a house in Harrison Township to fit our family. It was actually a FHA 203K renovation, which worked out pretty good.
Nice.
The house in St. Clair Shores is pretty far underwater. For the last couple of years, we've been renting it out just to maintain the payment. Kind of just wondering what our options are. Since it's so far underwater, at least it's not profitable the way it is, and it's kind of hard to, from a business standpoint, to stay in this thing because it's hard to see when it's ever going to be profitable.
Right.
It's just so far underwater. That's my question with respect to that house. With respect to my house in Harrison Township, it was an FHA 203K, late 2011. I'm paying the PMI on it. I'm pretty sure it appraises where I'd have more than 20%. I was wondering how I get that PMI off.
Ken, the cool thing is about that deal is we can do an appraisal and drop that PMI for you and just do a refinance. What rate are you paying on that? Somewhere in the 4s?
4.7.
Yeah. So I mean, here's the thing: we can we can reduce the rate and drop the PMI on that one. That's an easy deal.
That would be great.
We've got programs, with lender-paid mortgage insurance where I can go up to 95% of what the house appraises for and still cover the PMI for you. So, I mean, you've got a ton of options there. Ideally, I mean, it's a whole portfolio of properties you've got. So, I mean, if we can save you some money on the Harrison Township house, it'll offset, the loss on the rental property.
Well, that's true. I guess, I didn't start out as an investment property, but I guess, isn't that the way they would look at it now?
Yeah, I mean, again, a lot of moving parts, and, bro, I'm out of time. I apologize, but let me call after the show, and I'll take care of it for you.
Thanks for the call, Ken.
Thanks, Ken. See you, dude.
All right, Dan's going to be...
glad to have Dubinsky back in the fold. He's our guy.
No doubt.
Real estate guy.
Dan Dubinsky, Skyward Realty. Check him out in downtown Royal
And
Oak.
our crack marketing guy, Jeff Simmons, updated our Hardcore Mortgage Show Facebook page. How about this? 47 minutes ago, before we got on the air. That's how good he is.
Oh, good. We got everyone on the ball. Now,
That's
look,
right.
if you're looking to buy a house, be sure to call Capital Mortgage all week long. Get your ducks in a row. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We got Pat Caputo out here on the On-Deck Circle. For Harry Glantz, Alex Nafusi, Dan Dubinsky, I'm Harvey Free. We'll see you next Saturday.
It's the all this for only that sale at Planet Fitness. So for just $10 down, $10 a month, you get all of this when you sign up before April 10th.
So for only $10 down and $10 a month, I can work out on awesome equipment like bikes, treadmills, and ab machines.
Yep.
And shower in a super clean locker room.
Yes, sirree.
Plus have the super friendly staff help me out whenever I want.
Totally.
And enjoy as much unlimited fitness training as I please.
Righto.
And work out in a judgment-free zone at any pace I want.
You betcha.
And it's just $10 down, $10 a month when I sign up before April 10th.
Couldn't be truer.
Snaps and claps. I sure do love April.
It's a good month.
Come into Planet Fitness now and sign up for a membership for just, $10 down, $10 a month. The all this for only that sale ends April 10th. We're not a gym, we're Planet Fitness. Home club only, annual membership fee applies, participating locations only. Planet Fitness facilities are independently owned and operated. See club for details.
Your home is at the heart of the American dream. And now, the dream is back. In the past year, home values across Southeast Michigan have risen over 40%. And so has your home equity. At Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union, we're celebrating the rising equity you have in your home with the Dream is Back Home Equity event. Right now, you can get a home equity line of credit with a rate as low as prime. And for